Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to you all. I hope you guys are doing very well today and you're ready to kickstart your show with me, Mohammed Maktoum, and the wonderful Shazad Khan. Shazad, Assalamualaikum, how are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm absolutely perfect, exuberant, and excited about the fact of, obviously about what we are doing today. Ladies
Yes,
and
very
gentlemen, this is
exciting.
going to be one of those shows which will not actually let you sit in your couches or sofas or beds just because of the fact that it is going to be so interesting, exciting, and special. And obviously, this is one of those shows which we haven't done earlier before. And the only
Exactly.
reason why we are doing it because of the fact
That the other day we didn't have a show, live show, because there
Yes.
was something going on in Islamabad and it was something very important and something very important for the whole nation. So
And
Shazad is going to tell us
yes,
about
obviously, I'm going to let you know, and that was two-day Pakistan-China Economic Summit Corridor inauguration, and then the Expo inauguration as well at the same time, and it was being inaugurated by Prime Minister Mia Mohammad Nawaz Sharif, and it has all to do with the CPEC, which we all know that it's going on. It's the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and it's going to bring us so many other more avenues and opportunities at the same time. But it is all happening just because of the fact that Pak-China Dosti Zindabad, and China and Pakistan has played a very pivotal role in these previous years, and then we have been cold friends as well. I mean, we have been closer friends, in fact. I mean, the globe is out there, the other different countries are out there, but the friendship Pakistan and China has observed is very different and way far beyond what everybody can think of.
Exactly, and the thing is, it will be good for the economy and the society, but today we're going to be highlighting obviously the social implications of such a thing. And as you know, we've always tried to bring music, and we've said it has no language, and we prove that to you time and time again. And today we've actually been joined by the what? No?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight
Okay.
a few more things. And,
Please go ahead.
While we highlight the social aspect as well, now there are people over here in Pakistan and within China as well who are working on how to probably bring the cultures together. Now, people over here, youngsters over here, what they are doing is that they are coming up with ideas where there's an inculcation of the Chinese culture and then the Pakistani culture in between, and then when they fuse both of these cultures, there's something very extraordinarily coming out of them, and that's what we are testing today. That's what we have to share with you guys.
Exactly. So we have been joined by the Pak-China Music Fusion Band, and we've been joined by not all the members. Some of the members are not actually in the country, but we're going to find out how they got together, what is the purpose of it, and how is it going to help the relations and bring the two cultures together.
Because they went to China very recently, and the Chinese aspect of their band is actually still in China.
Yeah.
So we'll be having them soon as well.
Exactly. So we have been joined by Amna Nizami. She is lead vocals and rhythm guitars. Assalamu alaikum, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Besides Amna, we've been joined by Umar Draz, who's on vocals. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Thank you.
Besides Umar, we've been joined by Mubashir Sheikh Mashu on guitars and traditional Chinese instruments, the pipa and the hulus. Assalamu alaikum, good
The
morning.
hulus, yeah, we'll talk about
We're
that.
going to talk about that in a moment. Besides Mubashir, we've been joined by Ustad Sarfaraz Khan, who is on the tabla and the harmonium. Assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming over. First of all, what a great venture that might have
Exactly.
been, that you guys have been to China as well. You guys have been performing at the embassies. People are loving you. You guys are all over the place. How do you guys feel about it?
We'll start with you, Amna.
It's a very different experience क्योंकि यहाँ पे
English.
Okay. Okay, so basically we don't have a lot of bands of such nature. So it's a very different experience. We're collaborating with Chinese people who are like a few musicians who are Chinese and Pakistani band members.
Okay.
And we're fusing Chinese music with Pakistani music.
And we're going to get a taste
yeah.
of that in a
Yeah,
little while.
obviously.
But okay, I'm going to move on to you, Mubashir. How did you guys get together?
Well, basically, we all are from basically ComSats, and we have a department in ComSats called China Study Center, which actually works for and promotes the Chinese culture. And one day, Professor Ma'am Hania, she called me. She knew that I play music. She called me, and we had a meeting with the head of China Study Center. They said that a lot of things are happening regarding CPEC, Pak-China, but there is nothing that is bringing the culture closer. So they proposed me this idea that we want to form a band. Is it possible? And I already knew all of them before we made this band. So I called everyone because they were in the same university, and they said, let's do this.
Yeah.
And we started from that place, and then everything was amazing. We met Chinese people. We brought them into the band. We fused. We got some instruments. Then we played in the embassy. Embassy really supported us. Like the ambassadors from Wedong loved us.
Yeah.
And we also got so much respect from our university, the rector, Mr. Junaid Zaidi, and the campus in charge, Dr.
Have you got
Rahil
your degree
Kambarte.
by far, though?
Sorry?
Have you got your degree?
I'm still studying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
see?
doing masters
Okay.
now.
That
Yeah.
Okay.
suits me.
Yeah, so
Okay, great.
everyone is studying right now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Omar, how did you get involved in this? I mean, you knew Mubashir already,
Actually,
but
I didn't know him, but
oh, you didn't know him. Okay.
Yes, he was. He's a great musician, but I had no relation with him actually
okay.
before the band.
What do you mean by
So-
relation, dude?
Relation means a musical relation that
Yeah.
the link
Yeah.
with him, musically.
Yeah.
I mean. So he called me and he asked me that if I can do vocals for the band. So I said yes because it's a very great idea.
Yeah.
So we started learning the Chinese songs in Pakistani, and fusion was a great thing, and we have achieved a lot, I think.
So what about your Chinese counterparts as well? How did they get to join the band? Since they're not here,
Yeah.
we do miss you guys, but then at the same time, whenever you guys are going to come back, it's a promise we'll have you again on the show.
of course. So we actually started looking for Chinese people here in Islamabad, because there's so many people who are studying language and doing jobs and stuff like that. So we found 2-3 people, and we taught them some Urdu songs. They
Yeah.
taught us the Chinese songs, and we started to play, and we became good friends.
Okay.
And that's how we were doing this.
Okay, so we can see the guitar, we can see the pipa, and then we can see the harmonium and the tablas. How did you get involved, sir? आप किस तरह involved हुए थे सारी चीज़ में?
I'm involving in this band accidentally.
Okay.
But I have a lot of experience.
Obviously, that's why we call you Ustad Ji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically he is the mentor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So he's
and,
telling us.
all these guys and Amna is very talented.
Okay.
And I'm very happy.
And we are
work
happy
with-
to have you too. I mean, that's great. I mean, it's such an honor. It's such a pleasure to have somebody who can actually guide you, teach you at the
Yeah.
same time while you guys are playing as well.
Yeah.
But let's just have a bit of taste of your own
Yeah.
medicine, guys, if you guys are ready.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? So what are
Let's
you
have a-
guys performing?
I think let's play some Chinese instrument first,
Sure.
so we
Yes,
give the
absolutely.
culture. Let's
Oh,
do
but
that.
let us know about the instrument
Yeah.
too. As
Well, this is a Chinese traditional instrument.
Looks like a
it's-
flute,
it's-
though.
Yeah, it's basically a flute, but it's called hulus,
Hulus.
in Chinese.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
okay. So who's singing? Umar singing this
No,
now?
it's
This
an
is an
instrumental.
instrumental piece
Okay.
because
Alright.
Instrument.
yeah.
Great. So guys, this is the Pak-China Music Fusion Band.
And that's how we bring two cultures together.
Yeah.
What a great job, guys.
was amazing. I can't. I think if my smile could get bigger, it would. It's like that was amazing.
Thank you so much.
And Chinese instruments have got such unique.
It's so beautiful sound
Yeah.
that I actually, I mean, love the Chinese.
I mean, I haven't really witnessed such sounds coming out of an
It's-
instrument as
there-
well. I
there's
mean,
so
we do
many
even have a flute, right? But that's
Yeah.
very conventional.
You
Tell us
missed
about
the we also have a rabab player.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He's not
okay.
available today.
Okay, that's a
so
shame.
the rabab, pulus, tabla, it's so great combination that you have to
Okay.
fall in love for it.
Now tell us, how did you decide what instruments to pick and what kind of music to play and what kind of music to fuse? I'll start with you, Mubashir.
Well, actually, I studied music as well through internet. I knew the theory. I researched over it, like what we can do. And since I was basically a guitar player, so first of all, I started looking for instruments which are closer to
Closer to
guitar
guitar.
or strings, so I can learn. But I went to we performed at some university, and Dr. Chang, the head of Confucius Center, he gave me this instrument as a gift.
Nice.
So I tried it, and I found the scale, and I started playing it, and within a week I came up with this tune which I've just played.
That's
Wonderful.
So then I started to follow that.
So it's
what
your
other-
own music composition
Yeah,
as
this
well.
is mine,
Oh,
own
that's
from-
crazy.
Yeah, great. Because okay, so now I want to ask Amna, how did you get involved? Because you're also singing not just in, English
Yeah,
or Urdu. You're
also
singing
in
in
Chinese. Yes.
So I mean, it's a difficult language.
It is. Actually, me and Mubashir, we knew each other way
More than
before
8
we
years
started
maybe.
this band. We've been playing music for a very long time before we came across the idea of this band. So,
Yeah.
when Mubashir came across Ma'am Hania, when she called him that she has an idea of forming such a band, he contacted me, and I was like, why not, let's do it. So the biggest challenge was to learn the Chinese songs because I had no idea, I did not know the language. So the Chinese band
It's a
members...
Mandarin?
Sorry?
It's Mandarin,
It's
right?
Mandarin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we started looking for Chinese music. We started exploring Chinese music for the first time, and I found out it's a beautiful music they have.
But prior to that, what were you doing?
Um,
You were singing?
I was singing.
So then
Yeah.
it might not have been that difficult to learn the Chinese
Yeah,
music,
because
right?
The
the Chinese.
lyrics.
Yes,
it's
the lyrics, but then at the
It's
same
very
time, you need to
difficult
know the
language,
scale as well.
basically.
The scale,
Yeah, that did not have any. I didn't have any problem with that. The scales and
Yeah,
the melodies.
but just the language.
The
But the
pronunciation.
language.
Okay.
So now when
How-
you sing a Chinese song, so now when you sing a Chinese song, do you know what you're singing? Do you know the
Yeah,
meaning
because
of it?
I research on it, and then I try to understand the meaning of it so that I can have some
Emotion
meaning attached to it.
Yes,
And
exactly.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Alright.
And how about you, Umar? How did you feel? Because you're also singing in Chinese as well.
At the start, I was just representing the Pakistani music, the
Okay.
rock part of Pakistan, Eastern rock. So later on, I decided to learn some Chinese songs as well because they were asking me to do the Chinese songs. So they are very good. I learned 2 to 3 Chinese songs, and yes, the language is difficult.
Did
but
you like miss out on a few verses when you were on stage as well?
No,
Or what was
it's
the
not-
next
it's
Does
level?
it get nervous?
it's nothing
Do you not
like
get
that
nervous?
because, actually, we all are good musicians, so we have been.
Well,
going-
thank you for saying it. By your
Good.
own self.
No, that's good. That's why
Well,
you
you know
guys.
what?
have been-
But that's why you guys are here. Thank God you're good.
But you know what? We are good anchors too, all right?
Hey, this is not a competition. They're supposed to be good.
Anything else?
They have been
He's
doing music for the
joking.
last.
Sorry, bro.
7 to-
Take a chill pill.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, now when you chose the Chinese music, the songs, sorry, it's right to refer to them as Chinese songs or Mandarin songs. I don't know. Is it Chinese? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Chinese.
Okay. Now, how did you make your own with your other band members, or did you actually do covers, Mubashir?
Right now we're doing covers. We've covered the most famous Chinese songs that every Chinese would know. But now we are planning to make our own songs.
Great.
We've planned some instrumentals.
You need to release this instrumental that you just played, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
I-
too
I
good.
have
I think
I
I'm
have
going to give it a try too as well. Would you
Okay.
mind passing me the Hulu as
Can,
well?
wait, can we do that later?
Just like that. I mean,
Okay.
why not?
Because I
mean,
actually was going
for
to
all those
ask-
people who want to learn it. Okay, so what I could see was that you had 1 finger over here, 3 over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
pretty
just clear the
complicated.
mouthpiece first. Sorry.
that emotion and
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's
so
it.
much
great.
emotion.
So now, getting back, so that was
I
wonderful.
didn't know how he got that
Maybe,
sound out.
and it's got beautiful engraving on it as well.
Yeah.
But now, if the camera wants to zoom in at one point,
And
we
that's
can
what you
show
call a hulu.
them.
Loose.
Hulus.
With the S at the
Hulus.
end.
Okay,
Hulus.
so now that we've talked about the different languages that you guys are singing in, could we get a little taster
taste of it.
you guys
A
singing
little
in?
bit of
Which one?
Urdu and Chinese.
Yes.
Okay, so who's doing what in this one?
I'll be doing the Chinese.
Okay, great.
I thought P-pop would be played, man. No, you're not playing the
No,
P-pop?
we'll do that in a bit.
Okay.
We've still got a whole show. That's fine.
Okay, it's all right. Because by the end, I'm going to listen to one of the songs by Ustad Ji as well.
Yeah, sure.
सावन भी तो जाए पिहरवा सावन भी तो जाए पिहरवा मन मेरा घबराए मन मोरा घबराए ऐसो गए परदेस पिया तुम ऐसो गए परदेस पिया तुम चैन हमें नहीं आए चैन हमें नहीं आए मोरा सैया मुझसे बोले ना मोरा सैया मुझसे बोले ना मैं लाख जतन कर हारे लाख जतन कर हार रहे लाख जतन कर हारे मोरा सैया मुझसे बोले ना मोरा सैया मुझसे बोले ना
beautiful. Really
was
nice.
amazing.
Okay, so now when you're fusing the music, you know, that was a fusion.
Yeah.
And when you were invited to perform and everything, how was the reaction with everyone?
Amazing. Like,
I need more than one word.
yeah, you know, it's such a beautiful thing that the idea is basically very unique,
Yes.
and the Chinese people loved it.
Okay.
Because we have faces who are Pakistani but they're singing in Chinese,
Yeah.
and we have Chinese faces who are singing in Urdu.
It's like
Great.
it's just like a Japanese speaking Punjabi over here in Pakistan when we have had him on the show as
And
well.
Yes.
similarly, I'm a Pakistani guy, but I'm playing the traditional instrument representing. So it's a very cultural fusion element. We have famous instruments: Eastern tabla, harmonium, rabab.
And they're all working really
Yeah.
well
yeah,
together.
and they fuse so well that you like just.
Okay, but I still want to talk more about when you guys went to China for the very first
Yes.
time, and that to perform. Obviously, you know, you guys weren't that big over here in Pakistan, but you guys were going around China. You guys went to Beijing as well.
Yeah.
How was it? How was the performances? How were the people over there? What was their reaction? Do they like go crazy just like we do on concerts?
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? Just like the way you were singing, I was like, okay, that's very melodramatic.
Because this is a very mellow folk
Okay.
song, but we have different energetic songs as well. Like we also cover Dosti by Janoon, and
great.
it's a very dholak bhangra type beat, and the Chinese people just
Really enjoyed it.
do
That's
enjoy
great.
it. And we have instrumentals with rabab, which kind of engage the audience, like dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. So,
Okay.
this way we kind of arrange the performance that we can engage the audience.
And then how
as
long
much
did
as-
it take you guys to, you know, get in sync with each other as well? Because, you know, that's what the challenge was.
I
And for
think
Ustad ji, I think it's very difficult because, you know, he's got to transition in between.
Yeah.
Tabla, harmonium, tabla,
Yeah,
singing.
but it's in a very few songs.
Okay.
Mostly we have tabla. We also have a drum player as well, or a djembe player. So we can shift that way as well.
Okay,
so it's an amazing.
And then
thing.
how are you guys being received over here in Pakistan, other than the Chinese embassy, but just Pakistanis, you know, just us?
We just played You Tell Us.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was
Hi.
superb for us.
Thing. Actually, we have a very strong set list. So we have many energetic songs for the Pakistani people. Actually,
All right.
We have masterpieces from each genre. Actually, from classical we have the Muscular, it's a Qawwali.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And from Eastern rock we have Dosti and Garaj Baras, fused with pipa and the Chinese instruments. It's a
Ooh.
fusion. And so people definitely like it because Janoon is a very famous band.
So let's have Dosti then.
Yes.
Can we
I
do
think
that?
we can do that.
Let's do this.
So this time we're playing pipa, right?
He's playing guitar.
You play the guitar.
But we want to see him playing pipa.
Okay.
I have a proper instrumental with the pipa as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, great, go for
But
it.
we just don't want to run out of time, right? Yeah.
Oh, we'll do the instrument. We'll do your solo thing at the end
Oh.
with the instrumental with the people.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Dosti coming by, you know, Pak-China feedback. Time to wake up. Time to be friends. Let's spread the hope.
यारो यही दोस्ती है किस्मत से जो मिली है यारो यही दोस्ती है किस्मत से जो मिली है सब संग चले सब रंग चले चलते रहे हम सदा यारो यही दोस्ती है किस्मत से जो मिली है सब संग चले सब रंग चले चलते रहे हम सदा
संगत से जो मिली है सब संग चले सब रंग चले चलते रहे हम सदा Pak-Chin Dosti Zindabad. And you can say it in Chinese too.
Pachung Joy Wansa.
Wow, that's
Very nice.
brilliant that was, guys. I just wanted to jump on my couch as well.
Yeah, I could,
I was like, come on,
feel
man.
like he was
No
going to
settings being found.
Okay, so now going forward, sorry, there's so much talking in the
Yeah,
background.
the cameramen, wow, they're great. Thank you.
So going forward, because you've performed in China, you've performed in Pakistan, you guys have got great music, you've even made up your own instrumental in the beginning. Going forward, what do you guys actually want to do? What are the actual projects that you have lined up? Because this is a great initiative that you guys have taken.
We want to make our own songs. We want to bring as much more instruments we can, so we can help to create the friendship between Pak-Chin. Like, there's so much going on related to the economy, related projects, but there was nothing that was being happening that could bring Pakistani and Chinese musicians closer. So that is what we want to do. We want to bring in as much Chinese musicians with us and fuse anything related to music. So we can, make our own songs. We can promote our music in China, and they can
That's
promote
great,
their own.
and I
That's
think
new
that's a
industry as
fabulous
well.
idea as well.
Sorry?
I'm saying that's a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is that the both instruments, our instruments and their instruments, fuse so much brilliantly that
As we can see, it's
I wish we had a rebab player as well.
But just to come up
Next
with...
time,
yeah,
we're gonna
but
Next
just-
definitely
time we
get
will
back.
bring the Chinese friends as well.
Definitely.
And we'll be
we'll
waiting
make
for them. That's
Yeah.
cool. But then, at the same time, when you're saying that you want to do more music, which
Yeah.
has to do quite a lot with Chinese language itself,
Yeah.
are you guys planning on learning the Chinese language
Yeah.
as well? Because we have got too many
Yes,
universities
yes.
offering
Yeah.
these courses these days.
Yeah.
I'm personally interested in learning, like especially after coming from China. I was really enthusiastic that I'll come back and learn Chinese.
Okay, great.
So
And you
then-
started?
Yeah. Have you
Not
started?
yet. We just came back.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
it's been I think 4 or 5 days we came back.
Okay, so fresh.
Very
So
fresh.
yeah, I have to apply.
Okay,
for
great. Well, good luck with
admission.
that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now, how important do you think it is actually to know the language well instead of just kind of relying on your, Chinese counterparts to guide you?
Well, I think since I'm studying as well, and I see this as a very great opportunity, and I personally I'm going to learn Chinese as well,
Okay.
so we can communicate with them better,
Okay.
and it would also add an added value to our portfolio as well.
It's very neat.
This language is very unique.
Absolutely.
And if you learn it, you have a great future.
God
depending
forbid if
upon-
there's no music, you can still be a translator, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. It will always pay you something at
Yeah.
least. But then at the same time,
Knowledge is power.
Now, since you guys are such majestic and amazing musicians that you can pick up on any other instrument which does not
amazing.
belong to your origin, that means that you can probably bring together all of those cultures which we might not even
Yeah,
have heard
exactly.
of, right? So are you guys working on that too, or you guys are just sticking to Pakistan and Chinese cultures being together?
Well, with this project, obviously, we were just
Obviously.
focusing on the China
Okay.
instruments.
But
if
has
we
it
get more
opened
We
more?
can think
opportunities,
we can think about
we're
your
open
ideas.
to the
Very great,
idea.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. So it's opening up people's minds,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, the horizon is just
Connecting the
there now.
world,
You
and
can
that's
probably bring in
fantastic.
some Japanese instrument. You can
Yeah.
bring in any instrument from the
Yeah,
world, and
but-
you can
but
play. it.
Right now, we're trying to
Perfect
get
this.
used to with the most.
Obviously, it'll take a bit.
Yeah, it takes time.
and
as
I think
well.
there's a lot to explore, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. So
Yeah.
But Ustadji, one last thing. Ustadji, who's the one who makes most mistakes? Who's the one?
I don't know what is the mistake because all these guys are very talented
Yes.
and merge with me because I'm aged
Exactly.
And these
Exactly. So
guys
they
are
wow.
young.
So that
But-
means that they're
but-
talented.
But I don't have idea for the explain this because they're Masho and me and
I've teased him a
equal.
lot in China.
Equal because I play tabla and he play as a youngster
Okay.
and but I play tabla
Okay.
as a the age.
Yeah. Okay.
aged.
So you see,
Okay,
like,
great.
But I feel equal.
wow.
Absolutely, and you are all on the same level.
And
But
we do
obviously-
love Chinese food too. I mean, imagine, you know, Pakistani and Chinese music fusion, and then you're having a Chinese food at a restaurant as well. Wow,
That's
really
amazing.
fantastic.
Okay, so because we're going to actually run out of time, so we do have a couple more tracks to listen to. So what are you going to play for us next? Because we're saving instrumental till the end.
Yeah.
That's at the end.
That's at the end.
Yes.
Let's do that. I think we should do a Chinese song.
Okay,
Yes,
let's do it.
Do you
Let's
need
do it.
this?
No, I'll play guitar for that.
Okay. So he needs the guitar.
Quite quickly so that we can move on to the instrumental as well by the end. Okay, because we've got like less than 7 minutes. We guys talk a lot.
We're gonna need to share this.
By yourself. No, we do.
बूटी आ गई निकल आई Brilliant.
That was so good.
You just
guys
can't get enough of
And you
it.
know, today I was actually driving to work, and I was, I haven't been able to listen to music for a few days because, sometimes you have to be in the right
Yeah.
frame of mind. But And I was just like, what do I feel like listening to? I don't want to listen to fast music. I don't want to listen to sad music. I don't want to happy
This is
music.
what you want to listen
and
to.
And then you started today, and it's just made me really
brilliant.
happy. And your voice is absolutely amazing.
Thank you so
And
much.
your backing vocals are cool too,
Amazing.
man.
So I just wanted to ask you, before we run out of time, how different, I know I've already asked you, but pronunciation, like how good are you guys with the pronunciation? I asked you,
I
my-
think
Chinese
we are pretty good
pronunciation?
because we have asked some Chinese at the embassy also. So they were amazed.
You know, at the Chinese embassy show, a Chinese officer from the embassy, she came to me and asked me, how long have you been learning Chinese? I was like, I don't know Chinese at all.
Okay, wonderful. That's amazing.
When Amna learned the first song, I See Me, there was a guy, a Chinese guy, he sat with him for an hour and 2 hours and told her that this way.
Yeah, they really spent time
Yeah, they-
fixing our
great.
pronunciation because they even focus on the accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it's supposed to be said like
expression and
if
the
it's
words.
supposed to go you can't say
I mean, just like, you know, Fakhar just, obviously came up with a song where he had to sing Pashto, right?
Yeah.
Quite a lot of Pashtun friends, I mean, obviously my friends, they didn't agree to his pronunciation and the accent itself. But I was like that, he gave it a try. It was a good try as well. So it's the same for us.
Yeah.
That's how we can
Yeah.
understand it. That's how we can relate to it. But, you guys, since you guys are studying too, how's the response back in the university as well?
Anyone? Amna.
A lot of people probably don't know about it.
Okay.
No, they do.
Okay, so Mubashir, what do you tell me?
Yeah.
What's the feedback?
The response from university is great because we launched the band. First of all, we did the concert in our university.
Yeah.
And we had like 500, 600 people who attended the show.
Wow.
Great.
And
yeah.
from the
forgot about
very
that.
first launch of the show, the university really liked us and they wanted us to go ahead with this.
So that's
Okay,
great
great.
and brilliant, guys.
Now,
Keep
yeah.
up the good work.
you so
Keep
much.
on doing
Very
it.
And keep
you know,
us up in the loop with what your releases and the
Yeah.
music and the performances.
and
Definitely.
keep on making the Pakistan-China friendship stronger and stronger by all of what you guys are
Great.
doing.
So yes, we're going to wrap up the show because then Mubashir is going to lead us out with his instrumental. So do log on to our Facebook fan page,
Which is with the name of World This Morning.
our Twitter page,
World This Morning without a G.
our Daily Motion and YouTube page,
World This Morning once again.
and the repeat is
5
at.
past 11 p.m.
And we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
Till the next time, it's a good morning. And here's what you call a peepaw.